Hi, I'm ACC librarian Andrea Revelli. Now that you understand the importance and value of citing your sources, I'll show you how to actually create citations and format your paper. Also, I'll be showing you the differences between copy and paste plagiarism, word switch plagiarism, paraphrase correctly but missing a citation plagiarism, and also correctly citing outside sources. The first thing that we need to take a look at is how to create a citation. There are two parts to every citation. First, the reference citation, and second, the in-text citation. Each resource, article, book, website, etc., will be cited each time you use it within your paper, and then once again on your references page. This allows a reader to find the original work that you read and incorporate it into your paper. It is a trail that your reader can follow if they want more information about something that you wrote about in your paper. Now let's take a look at an example paper with both in-text citations and reference citations. This is a document that correctly demonstrates how to use APA format. Let's scroll down a bit and take a look at the two kinds of in-text citations. First, this is an in-text citation using a signal phrase. I can tell because the author's names are followed by the article's date. Now, this one here is an example of an in-text citation with the article information at the end. When I see a date, author, or title at the end of a sentence, I can tell that it is an in-text citation. Here's another example of using a signal phrase in the in-text citation. If I remember the last names Leakey and Lewin and take that to the references page, I can see the full reference. I can see that that information came from the book Origins Reconsidered, In Search of What Makes Us Human. The difference between these two required citations is that an in-text citation is the one that is located at the exact location in your paper that you are using the source information. It is cited with abbreviated information about that reference. The full reference is located at the end of the paper on a dedicated page listing all of the references you use throughout your paper. This gives all the details that a reader, your professor in this case, can find the whole article that you found and used in your paper. With just one or the other of these two different citation formats, you wouldn't be able to get a full picture of the outside source's use in your research. For example, if you just had the in-text citation, then you would only have limited information about the source, and you wouldn't be able to find the full article, book, website, etc. very easily. If you only had the reference, you wouldn't be able to see where in the paper that information was used. So to fully cite your sources, you have to have both the in-text citations and the full reference citation on your dedicated references page. Copy and paste plagiarism. The three types of plagiarism are copy and paste, word switch, and paraphrased correctly but no citation plagiarism. Copy and paste plagiarism is probably the easiest to spot. If I go to a website, journal article, book, or any other source and copy and paste or retype the exact wording, this is copy and paste plagiarism. In real life, this could be me going to Google, typing in my topic, and copy and pasting information directly into my paper without any quotation marks or paraphrasing, and a citation. For example, copy and paste plagiarism looks like this. Here I am searching for information on cytoplasm through Google. I find a result that looks good, and then I copy and paste information directly into my paper. There's no synthesizing or putting it into my own words with its citation, or using quotation marks in a citation to show the original source. You are not allowed to simply copy and paste or retype information into your paper. No matter how long or short it is, it must have quotation marks. How I have it now, even with the in-text citation, I am plagiarizing. Any retyping or copying exact wording must have quotation marks around it, plus a citation to avoid plagiarism. At this point, I am committing copy and paste plagiarism. Word switch plagiarism. Word switch plagiarism builds off of the idea of copy and paste plagiarism. If I copy and paste and then intend to change a few words around to make it different from the original article, I am committing word switch plagiarism. For example, here is the Nature.com article again. It is plagiarism if I simply make the changes from paragraph 1, the original text, to paragraph 2, my word switch plagiarism. This is plagiarism because there isn't any synthesis of the original article, but rather just changing words a little bit to make it your own. To avoid plagiarism, you need to read the material and take key points and put them into your own words. Paraphrasing is taking an original source of information, an article, book, website, etc., and then understanding the content and putting it into your own words. Once you do this, it can fit with the style and rest of the information in your paper. Paraphrasing shows that you understand what you are writing about and that you know how to integrate outside sources into your paper. Here are 5 steps for paraphrasing correctly. First, read the original until you fully understand it. It might take a few times. Second, set the article aside and then write your summary. 3. Check your summary against the original to make sure that it covers the essential information in a new form. 4. Use quotation marks to identify any unique term you have borrowed exactly from the original. 5. Record the source, including the page, on your note card so that you can credit it easily if you decide to incorporate it into your paper. These have been adapted from Purdue OWL. Please visit Purdue OWL for more information about tips for paraphrasing correctly. Paraphrased correctly but no citation. When you commit plagiarism that is classified as paraphrased correctly but missing a citation, it is really just that final step that you're missing. Looking back at our original article again, I can see in the first, it's copy and paste plagiarism. In the second, it's word switch plagiarism. And here in the third, it's paraphrased correctly but doesn't have any citations. At this point, I'm going to show you how to add those citations so that this is correctly cited and paraphrased. In APA format, you need to have an in-text citation for each and every sentence that you used an outside source for information. The in-text citation is that very short description, usually an author and date, that directs you to the full reference on the dedicated reference page. Here are 2 examples of in-text citations. One is a signal phrase citation, and the second is at the end of the sentence. If there is not an author, you will still use the title of the work that you are referencing. And again, here is a signal phrase example, and here is an at end of sentence example. We recommend using Purdue OWL, a writer's reference, or ACC Cite It page for help with your in-text citations. Now, we're going to take a look at how to create citations for 2 common types of resources, articles from a database and websites. In these 2 examples, you will see how the citations have similar components. There is a place for all the vital information about the article. Once you have all this information, it makes finding the original source much easier. You'll need to make sure that the citation is in exactly this format. It will need to have the periods, italics, and parentheses, just like it has here. Author goes first, the date, the title of journal, volume number, page range, and URL all follow. It's very similar for a website. You will put the author, the date, title of document, and then the URL. As with the Nature.com entry about cytoplasm that we looked at earlier, there wasn't an author or date, so you will simply skip over this piece of information. It's important to include as much as you can, but sometimes you can't find the author or date, especially on websites. We have many tools for you to use that will help with creating both your in-text citations and references. These are listed at arapahoe.edu/library. For this tutorial, we have also created a sheet that will help you with the basics of APA format. If you have more unique sources, such as an interview or Kindle ebook, you can find more information at the Purdue OWL, the Online Writer's Reference, ACC Cite It page, or the Library or Writing Center. Putting it all together. Now that we know how to do in-text citations and reference citations, I'll show you how this actually looks. In this example I'm using from the original Nature.com article. I have it paraphrased correctly, I have my in-text citations, and I also have my references page. Thanks for watching!